What's the haps? I'm Meroka, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Beatblasters 3. Now have no fear, if you missed Beatblasters 1 and 2, so did I, and there's a good reason for that, because those games don't actually exist. So this is the first game, entitled number 3 of course, by the developer Chainsawesome Games, and I'm going to give them credit for that's an amazing name. So this is their first title, and it is a platform rhythm hybrid thing. I'm not totally convinced it falls into either of those categories, but that's what they're marketing it as. Anyway, so let's go into the options, have a quick look at that, because they're not particularly up to what I would call scratch. So, screen resolution is there, but windowed mode is not actually. You can force it to run in windowed mode using sort of Windows shortcuts, Alt and Enter, but there's no actual option for that anywhere. And other than volume sliders and language and a little bit of key bindings, there's nothing else there, which is a little limiting. I would at least like the ability to make the game windowed to be built in by default. It seems a little silly that wouldn't be there. So, key bindings we can rebind, which is all good and well. However, the game is recommended to be played on a Xbox pad, and I am doing so. You can, as you can see, play it on a keyboard, but as will possibly become readily apparent, it would be kind of awkward to play. It would be doable, but difficult if you were to try to play it on a keyboard. So, there you go. So anyway, that's the controls. Let us head back into my continued game. I put a couple of hours into this. I've done the first 12 levels, I think. So we've got two characters to pick from. We have Joey and Gina, a young boy and a girl who both apparently need a haircut. So they were moving into the town of Acapella, and the town ruler, the Butcher, got angry with them and threw them out because he's got a strict no music policy, and as is fairly obvious from these two, they're both quite big fans of music. So now they've been thrown out of town and they're going on a little bit of an adventure, meeting all sorts of strange people and trying to make their way back into the town to overthrow the Butcher. So we're going to go with Joey. There's not, honestly, a whole lot of difference between the two characters. They both have a special ability that differs slightly, but otherwise the game is much the same. So, whilst it styles itself as a platformer, it's more of a series of discrete challenges with a general overarching music theme to them, I would say. So, if we're going to Peanut Mansion, this is the first mission we get, and this is kind of the best thing I could describe this level as. It's kind of a tower defense kind of thing more than anything else. So, Miss Ladybug in her mansion is being plagued by a bunch of bugs that want to eat her peanuts, and we must stop them eating the peanuts. We have a jet boot ability, mapped to B, Y is a shield which lets us shove things around like these nuts here, and X is our weapon. I've got a slightly upgraded one from the defaults because I've been playing it a bit, and those three abilities, as you can see in the top left, they have a charge meter, and that will deplete. By holding the right bumper, I can tap the relevant button in time with the little green thing bobbing back and forth, and that'll let me charge up my abilities. So that's pretty much your rhythm element of the game. And when that green meter reaches the full, I'll get a super special ability that'll let me just wreck everything in sight. And Joey's kind of got a big swirly bullet barrage thing that's pretty much impossible to dodge. And Gina's got a smaller trail of bullets, but they do home in. And I would say it's always worth trying to do the rhythm thing at every opportunity, because that way you're charging up the green meter as well. And if we can get another wave of bugs coming, I will unleash my powers upon them, and you can see the special. Okay, here we go. There we go. They don't stand a chance. Ah. And all the abilities, you do have the ability to use indefinitely whilst they're charging up. So I don't know if that's it for this level. We might be done. Are we done? No, there's more bugs to come. So the charging up ability, it starts out slow and it sort of escalates depending on how much of a combo you can get going. Each consecutive hit you get between 1 and 3 points of charge on whichever ability you're charging, and then it stacks up to 10 times multiplier. So by the time you've managed to hit the button 10 times in a row successfully, you'll be charging between 10 and 30 points of charge, 30 at best. So you could actually top up one of your skills pretty much to full within 3 hits. So if you can keep it going, if you're good at rhythm, and honestly it's not the most challenging rhythm game in the world, yeah, you can keep your powers pretty well topped up. But some of the later levels are fairly challenging, I will note. And I say later levels, I'm not even that far into it. We have, judging by the number of stars, there are 3 per level and there are 96 in the game, I would say there are 32 levels. And they kind of seem to be loosely divided into the roughly 4 on each of these kind of areas. So I guess there must be, whatever, 32 divided by 4, there must be 8 areas. And so I'm into this 3rd area, and it's already pretty difficult. We've got this Bananas of the Far West, that's taken me a few times to do. We've got this thing here involving escorting Eskimos who are in like a Viking longship type thing, which is a bit strange. That's a recurring theme here. It's all a bit strange, actually. Tell you what, let's in fact do this escort one, because this is the second sort of mission you'll see a fair few times. We'll be using the shield a lot more in this one, because we are escorting. So, these 3 Eskimos, whether I do this level or not remains to be seen, it's a tough one, but hey. These 3 Eskimos wish to have me escort their longship to a castle with a pirate in it and overthrow the pirate in his little ice fort. And the way we move the ship is by shooting it. And then at certain intervals, yeah, he's going to get attacked, and we need to try and deflect him. And I did a terrible, terrible job. And yeah, that's not very good. The rocket boost is a tricky one to get right, actually, because it depends on your kind of launch trajectory. If you launch straight up, you're pretty good, but otherwise... man. Yeah, you see what I mean about this getting challenged? There's a lot of things to manage on this level. This one is you need to keep your rocket boosts so you can actually defend them. At the same time, you also kind of want some shots to be able to move them so they actually, you know, go somewhere. I might throw this up because that way I can use my ability and they can get some movement on. There we go, we're going up the hill. I don't think this one's going to end well, to be honest. Like I say, it took me a few attempts to get right in the first instance, and it's bloody difficult. So, and the shots come thick and fast. So, these 3 abilities will all sort of get mixed together in any variety of different manners. You'll see any number of different challenges in the game that are all going to mix these abilities together in different ways, and call upon you to use your skills in different ways to complete different challenges. And this is but one of many that's I can see ending badly. I'm out of all my powers pretty much now. One of my Vikings or Eskimos, whatever it is. Okay, well, I've got my power up, so let's try that. See if I can't get them out of harm's way. Can I move them fast enough? That's almost a thing I could do, but not quite. Of course, missing the buttons will reset my combo, so I do, yeah, like that. Kind of want to keep the combos up. Oh god. That's, oh jeez. Man down, oh dear. This was an awful level to demonstrate. There are so many easier escort missions I could have shown you. It's keeping them defended and finding time to attack as well. It's a tricky business, this level. So what's coming in here? A couple of those guys. Let's get some more powers. Green's almost charged. At least if there's only one to defend out, I still managed to mess it up. Alright, I have... Okay, we're going to need to do that just because I am so short on power. Sometimes using this special ability is just a good way to, you know, get a breather to charge everything up, to be honest. Alright, I'm out of shield. That's why that failed. So let's get a good combo here and top everything up. Okay, we're good. All my abilities are good. So the attacks are kind of odd. They seem to be done sort of in time with the music, sort of on the beats. So just tapping attack won't actually mean you're going to attack on a lot of occasions. On many occasions you'll hit attack and you do need to hold it down, because if you just tap it in the middle between the beats, you actually straight up won't attack. Let's see if we can do this. We're actually nearly there. It might work. But oh, I'm out of shields. Oh, the gates were there. But there you go. See, that's like level... That's less than level 8 out of 32. That's a tough one. You can turn the difficulty down, so that might be a thing you might find yourself needing to do unless you get really good at it. So no, I won't retry that one. So another... What else we got? They've all got this very eclectic thing going on. Many of the characters kind of don't even make sense. There's this one, Dr. Penguinstein is a mad scientist who has died and his soul has been placed in the bodies of several dozens of penguins. And you need to escort a bunch of penguins back to a machine to restore his soul to his body. How this progresses your journey, I'm not sure. It's never made particularly clear. Many of them don't seem to be journey progression ones. And why, from a story point of view, that would be necessary to complete, I don't know, but they're just random challenges, all really slightly surreal, that the game just throws at you. So let's do Help a Yeti, because that's kind of a cool one. This is more of an agility test, so we're going to be relying on the rocket boots a lot more on this one. So, the power's dead, so we need to hit the power button, and we do that. When we do that, there we go. The lights will come on, and the power's going to start going through these passageways, tubes, whatever, and we have to free up the ice that's blocking the path. If it hits the frozen path, the power won't get there, and we will lose one of our hearts, which are functionally our lives in this level. And I'm gonna need some rocket power backup. Wouldn't hurt to get a little of the blue powers as well, so I can shoot as well. There we go. So this one you really need to kind of keep ahead of the wave, otherwise you're gonna be struggling. You're gonna be racing against time. If you can keep a good lead on it, you're good. So there we go. The lamp's back alive. Excellent. Cool. Also, some levels do give you just kind of the freedom to just chill out. There's nothing happening here until I press a switch, so I might as well actually just charge my power up. Then if I get into a pinch, you know, it's right there. I've got my power and it's ready to go. So yeah, like I said, the rhythm games, you can charge up pretty quickly if you're good at it, and one thing I do like about it is that you can charge up multiple powers simultaneously. If I were to tap red then blue then red then blue on the beats, I would charge up my rocket and then a bit of the blue, and it keeps the combo going, so you charge the red and then you charge a bit more blue and then a bit more red and a bit more blue until you hit the maximum. Ouch. Okay. I've never hit one of those before, that was clumsy. Oh no! I'm gonna fail this one now because I forgot I'd run out of rocket power. Nuts. Can't see this one going well. Oh hell no! That's gonna go... yeah, that's gonna run out any moment. It's gonna hit an obstacle, I think. Well, it's taking longer than I expected. Where is it? Oh, there it goes. But, yeah, okay. So you can see the agility. Let's head out this. Let's see some other ones. Because there's such a variety. Like I say, it styles itself as a platformer, but it's just a series of challenges. And some of them have generally similar themes. I mean, this is another escort one, King Banana, except in this case we've got suicide bombing monkeys, which is a little bit dark, but whatever. And we've got his car will go by itself, but it's going to hit sort of bridges that you need to wait for them to be lowered. And there's slight changes on the same formula. Dr. Penguinstein, let's have a quick look at that one as well, because that's quite an interesting level as well. They've taken these three powers and done as many different interesting challenges with them as they can. So, Dr. Penguinstein is now a ghost. So we've got a penguin meter at the background, which is going to deplete the longer we stand on the button. If I stand on the button, it's just going to rain penguins like crazy. And the more you do, the tougher it is to actually do the challenges. So you don't want to take more than probably 5 at a time or so is about the best success I've had with this one. And then there are all these little timer belts on them. Penguins apparently have an expiry date, who knew? And I'm out of yellow charge now, so let's top up. Okay, so they go over there. Oh, 3 of them have fallen into the pit, which means 3 of them die. And Penguinstein's health is based on how many spirits you lose in this one. So he's got a health meter. Every penguin that dies for whatever reason comes back and hits his ghost, and his ghost takes damage. And you don't want that, because, you know, well, the mission is to keep him alive, you know. So, let's top up my powers. You will note, or you may already have noted, that the music in this game, the music is awesome, but it's kind of got this thing where it only plays while you're doing stuff. If you miss a beat or you stand still and don't do anything, music just does not play. Come on, I'm messing them up. Come on, there we go. There we go. So if I stand still, the music stops. If I start charging up, the music plays. If I stop, it stops. If I use the rocket boots, music plays. If I shield, the music plays. If I shoot the bullets, the music plays. And all I can think is that that seems a little bland. And maybe it's because I played Beat Buddy earlier last year, and that made use of the music as a mechanic really quite well. Beat Buddy, the way it's oh god, I've lost penguins there. The way Beat Buddy used the music is that many enemies would sort of work in sync with the music, and they would attack or be obstacles that you'd have to time with the music, and the entire game was in tune with the music. Whereas the music here, unfortunately, is just as bland as when stuff's happening, it plays. When it's not, it goes quiet and all you've got the drum beat. It doesn't entirely stop, obviously, but it kind of goes quiet and all you've got is a drum beat for the most part. Which, I don't know, I feel like that could have been done better. So this level is going to be a lot of, well, penguin grinding. Let's just make it rain penguins, just because we can. We have all the penguins. Just in case anyone wanted to know what that many penguins looks like. I have so many penguins. I don't even know what am I doing with all these penguins. There are too many penguins. I can't even move them. There's too many. This is a good way. This is a very, very good way to fail this level, by the way. Come on, let's see if I can't. Oh god, there's another guy. Oh, wow, where are they coming from? They don't normally spawn that fast. These penguins are all going to expire before I get any of them anywhere near, I think. That seems like a good haul. But many of them have died, so a lot of them look set to expire before I... Oh god, and he's going to push them into the pit. Yeah. I don't think this is going to work unless I can get all these penguins down to the other end very, 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 very quickly. And it's not going to be enough anyway. Get in the pit. Yeah, that's all my penguins gone, and my bar's only half full. Whoops, sorry penguins. And he's gonna bite the bullet there. If you're a bit more patient, that level's that's not that bad. It's quite an easy level. It's maybe a little grindy, that level, unfortunately, actually. But the idea is interesting. It's definitely, and I think that very much epitomizes the entire game. The idea is interesting. It's maybe not as well polished as it could have been. There's several options that weren't in the game that perhaps could have been in the game, and some of the ideas, like the music, it could have been better implemented. But the idea is very solid, and I'm definitely having fun with this. The art style is pretty cool. I'm liking the art style. I'm very much digging it. The characters maybe not so much, but the background's absolutely fantastic. But hey, that's art, and art's very much a subjective thing anyway. You might be looking at this thing and thinking, oh, this is fantastic, and great, good. I'm glad you are. So yeah, the art style's cool. The music, I do enjoy the music, you know, when it plays because I'm playing the game, but when it stops, you don't have as much music. Go figure. The ideas are all interesting. Every single one of these levels is bizarre and quirky, and nonetheless quite a lot of fun, actually. I'm going to do It's Raining Saws because this is also a fun level. Let's do this. So this is a forest of trees who are going to be cut down by the Cut-A-Lot 2000, and I must protect the trees by reflecting his saws at him and things. So this is actually your first kind of boss fight. He's not terribly challenging, but it's kind of a cool concept. It's kind of, when the trees get hit, they turn into furniture, which is a little dark, but quirky nonetheless. So let's reflect them, see if we can't save some trees. Get saved, trees. There's also a bit of an art to this shielding, because there's many occasions I have found myself, you know, attempting to deflect things from stuff, and he just bounces off and hits an entirely other obstacle, which, because that is the thing that they do. You are trying to aim it as well when you're trying to shield things, I guess. Okay, am I going to be able to do this? I'm running low on rockets. Can we do that? That might come down on a tree, I don't know. Okay, I've got that mostly charged up. Oh no, it's the... Oh. No! It's the wrong type of saw. He shoots two saws that are very, very similar looking. One you can deflect and one just cuts through everything, and that's pretty bad. So yeah. I was going to use my power there. I don't have my power charged. That's unfortunate. Get out. Don't save the trees. Very much a green person today, I guess. So he's gonna... I think he's gonna shoot the one I can destroy again. Yes. There we go. And then we're gonna finish him off with his last one, the last saw. Boom! Take some of that. In fact, I will use my ability, and there we go. You can use the ability simultaneously. I can jump and shield and shoot at the same time, so that's going to be a hell of a job to recharge if you do that, but you can do that. And there we go. Only 2 trees got turned into furniture. Say, could have been a better day for tree kind, but not too bad. So that is Beatblasters 3. It's lots more of this. Like I say, it does get quite challenging fast, so if you're up for a challenge, there's definitely going to be some stuff in here that's going to test you once you start getting around sort of third island kind of territory. At that point, it does get challenging. But it's fun. I don't mind retrying these levels. It never feels impossible. It's always kind of, okay, one more go. I can do it next time. I know what I'm doing. I know how to do it. I can get it right this time. You always feel like it's within your grasp. So that is Beatblasters 3. And if you want to pick this up, if this looks intriguing to you, it is currently out on Steam for the princely sum of £6.99 or your regional equivalent. Or indeed, as seems to be the way of things recently, it is actually only £5.99 on the Humble Store. So if you're looking for a little bit of a discount, it does seem to be cheaper over there. So it might be worth picking it up there instead. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Meroka. This has been Beatblasters 3, and I shall see you next time.